Hey, how many of you out there that live where it gets really cold in the winter like to pretend that winter's never coming again? We're in denial, like summer's never going to end, so you just live like that until you can't anymore. Just me? Oh, today's the day when I can't pretend anymore. We're going to have some very cold nights, so anything that is a hot crop, peppers, tomatoes, zucchini, needs to come out of the garden. Anything that I want to make sure that we're going to have to make it last a little bit longer, I've got to collect today. So today's the day that we're going to do that. My name is Heather Tebow and I garden in Connecticut Zone 6, and I'm inviting you to come and spend some time with me, keep me company while I harvest what's left of the garden for the hot crops. There's still cold crops that are staying in the garden. So I got my baskets, I got a cart, so let's go. So there's just something that's so like final feeling to me when I have to collect all the peppers and the tomatoes, because I know the next step is to pull the plants and then we have to wait until next spring. But it's okay because it's just another part of the cycle of gardening. You can see that there is some kale over here. The kale, it does fantastic this time of year. It looks fantastic. And right here in front of me, this is not a pig, this is Rose. You sound like a piggy. Are the watermelon radish, and I'm gonna go ahead and harvest one of them so that you can see what the watermelon radish look like, and I'll just have this for dinner. So I grow them in groups of 2 or 3, and so when I go to harvest them, I just give them a little twist. And this is the watermelon radish, and I will insert a picture here of what it looks like when I cut it, because it's really very pretty. So it's spicy, and I use them, either I'll pickle them or I'll julienne them and put vinegar and spices over them and have them on top of salad. So that's not why we're here, but there you go. So I am going to do the hot peppers and the sweet peppers, and I am going to separate them. I will bet you I have more hot peppers than sweet peppers. And also there are some green beans here. I'm not going to pull seeds today. I'm only going to do vegetable. So how cold is too cold for me? Well, they're predicting 36 with a real feel of 35. It's cold enough for me. This is violet sparkle pepper, and through the season, when I want to eat a fresh pepper, I will just come get a fresh pepper, but I don't just pick them. I leave them as long as I can. This is one that's not red and then one that is red. So these are sweet peppers. And these are pepperoncinis, which I'll do refrigerator pickles with these. These are Cubanelle peppers. I'll just pick all of these. These are poblano peppers. And these are King of the North peppers. More King of the North. So as you are planning for next year's garden, I just want you to realize how small this space really is, that I have so many vegetables that have paid off. You do not need to have a dedicated amount of acreage to be able to grow food. You just have to be really stubborn. So these are Kalima beans, and I have harvested a lot out of here. This is probably the last time. And before we move on to the hot peppers, I'm going to do something that I do not want to do today, and that is to harvest some of the rampicante and the Seminole pumpkins. I'm not doing all of them, but I realize that there is a rodent that seems to like them, and that is out of the question, so I'm going to move them to higher ground, at least the ones I can see. This one is for seed. So I have a video that I'm comparing how many I can get from Seminole pumpkin versus rampicante. I've done rampicante for years, so I know it's a lot. So subscribe if you're interested in something like that, because I will be reporting back for final results. And this one is a Seminole pumpkin. All right, so definitely some kind of critter is out here eating these. We have oak trees and there's so many acorns in the ground, so many squirrels. I mean, it could be anything. So this is not my final report on the Seminole pumpkin and rampicante, but there appear to be more Seminole pumpkins than rampicante. You can see where something has been eating this one. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Seminole pumpkin, 6 Seminole pumpkin and 5 rampicantes. There are more in here. This is not a fair fight this year. I see that there are some still down there that I can't reach right now, and that's okay. I'll get them another day. But these I'm going to salvage and move to a safer place. So I've got a lot of things that are staying in the garden, like the green onions and the parsley, and there's baby kales, there's big kales, there's lettuce, there's more over here, there's more watermelon radish. I am not cleaning today because I have a lot of other things that need to be done, so yeah, like what am I doing with all of these peppers? I'm not really sure yet. This is, I've got some turnips that are going to stay in the garden. Look at how pretty these are. Oops. Turnips, and there's some small cabbages still from the cutbacks. From when I already got one crop of cabbage out of here. I only left a few of the cutbacks. I probably should have left more, but they look really good. There are some beets down in there that look pretty good. And there's more lettuce over there. Lots of tomatoes on the ground that needs to get cleaned up. Not today, Heather, not today. There are some zucchini that are something I need to pick today. This was that crop that I wasn't sure that I would have enough time to get zucchini out of, and I've gotten, oh, I don't know, 5 or so good sized ones like this. There are a lot of little ones. I'm half tempted to cover these to see if I can get, it looks like the weather's nice next week. I don't know, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Here's another one that's decent sized for picking, and then there is a little tiny one still there, but this is fine. So definitely experiment. Push the garden as much as you can, because you know what? There are no mistakes. You'll only have a lesson learned. Whether you succeed or fail, and every year is different because of the weather, because of your experiences. So these are jalapeno peppers, and this is Craig's Grande right here. There's so many. So on my list of things to do is hot pepper sauce and fire cider. These are Hungarian black. They did not get as big as they did last year. So these are mostly Craig's Grande right here. These plants, if you like jalapenos and you like a lot of jalapenos, this is only 2 plants here. The little Hungarian black, I didn't even pick all of these because they were so tiny. But there are a few in here still. And this is just another set of poblano pepper plants here. So these are good size. Most of them are red. All right, so this is my haul today. I have a lot of work ahead of me. A lot of peppers, and and that's what I wanted. And it's just the timing is never great with my other workload, but that's okay. I've got a lot of Cubanelle, a lot of King of the North, which I'm thinking I'm going to stuff those and freeze them. Those are Jimmy Nardello peppers there. And of course the zucchini rampicante and the Seminole pumpkin. I got a lot of jalapeno peppers and a lot of poblano peppers. And I got a little bit of string beans and some more zucchini. So I made a conscious decision to leave the cherry tomatoes that are behind me. My pockets are filled with some green tomatoes and a couple of red tomatoes that I gathered. But I don't really need tomatoes because if you check out the link of the video that I just did, there are tomatoes that taste like summer still in the greenhouse, and I'll have those for a while. This is just the end of hot crops for outdoor. I'm thinking it's the end of hot crops. Regardless, we only have so much time and we know it, right? Yep, we know it. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Thumbs up if you enjoyed spending time with me today, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon.